with going from Northern California to Southern California and then going from Hawaii to New York City and Paris, all of those cities are very unique in their own special way. But the tempos and the pace of living are also different as well. Do you think having that different paces of living, do you think it's prepared you for not just what you do in terms of podcasting, but also talking to different walks of life and with your art career?
I lived on the North Shore of Kauai. There was no streetlights. So to move, from there and then, to be living and running New York City, like running in it, that right there is so contrasting and so there was just so much to offer in terms of like me learning human potential behavior, also especially learning about myself, right? Because when you put yourself in a new environment, there's new stimuluses, right? And so how do you respond to that, right? And that sort of became a bit of an addiction, and it really ties back to this, like, the potential piece, right? Because if you stay in one spot, how much change can you really gain from just even an internal perspective? We need different stimuluses so we can respond. We can learn how to respond differently, right? So, yeah, the nomadic life, started obviously from childhood, and not was it, in our, it was kind of in our control because we made the decision that we were going to move from Northern California, me and my siblings, to go live with my mother. But then from then on, I knew when I was in high school, I knew my sophomore year that I was moving to Kauai when I graduated. So it was very clear to me where I was going. And then, I would live there for several years before I moved to Honolulu, to Oahu. And then, I moved from Oahu to New York several years later.